Good morning, YouTube. Hey, everyone out there in survival land. How you doing? Oh, they're frisky. Oh, look at that. Look at them go. Now, these things ignite really quick. See how quick? I just barely touched that.
Hey YouTube, Freedom for Kaz here. Hey guys, I'm making my second video today, and I'll probably make one more after this one. But anyway, hey, just want to point out something about a new bill that's supposedly going to be coming into law. It's called the S510 bill. And what this is, this has to do with the FDA, and it has a lot to do with the FDA, and it says Food Safety Modernization Act. And basically, essentially what this is, this has a lot to do with the farming industry in the United States, and it has a lot to do with the produce that's being produced by farms, the actual size of the farms, and the FDA is single-handedly going to have the power to shut down any farm that it sees unfit for any reason whatsoever. Essentially, the FDA is going to be the group that decides what food, what produce, what milk, what dairy products ends up on your dinner table. And the way they're going to do that is they're going to be the company that decides, or the group that decides, what farming products get to the grocery store. Now, let's say that there's a smaller community in a very country type setting where people don't get to the grocery store all the time. Maybe like once every 2 weeks or whatever. So they're really dependent on their local farm to get food and to get milk and to get their dairy products from this farm. Well, if the FDA decides that they want this group of people to be on the food grid provided by the government, and they want this group of people to be buying all their products and produce and dairy products and milk from the grocery store, they will shut down this farm per se that's located in this area between this town and the closest grocery store. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true. The FDA is single-handedly going to be the one group that decides what farms produce what products and how those products get to market. Now, I'm going to provide several links underneath, and in fact, I want you guys to check this out. There's actually a couple of videos that are attached to some of these links as well. And I just want to make you people aware of what's going on. We really need to get this stuff out, because essentially the way the bill is written, we've talked about this in the past before, that they're going to start attacking people who have gardens, who grow their own produce, and who grow their own food, who even don't go to the grocery store for any of their dairy products or any of their produce, because they live in an area where they can produce their own garden. Okay, well, the FDA can actually step in. They're probably not going to do this right away, but the FDA can actually step in and stop you from having a garden. Okay, because you're growing produce. They could look at that and decide whether or not that they think that's an actual farm, and whether or not you're growing your own food for your own consumption. Essentially, that they could shut you down in a sense. So it's actually a very, very scary bill. There will be several links underneath. I want you to check that out. Now, I want to take the video and go into an even scarier direction. And I want to give a shout out to a wonderful lady. Her name is Elma Girl. Sorry, Elma Girl. And she's a great truther. She's a subscriber of mine, and we've emailed back and forth. And she sent me a link to this company called Boston Dynamics. Now, what Boston Dynamics does is they build robots. Now, I'm not talking about robots that are like, that build automobiles and this and that. I'm talking about lifelike robots. I'm talking about a robot to where they made a robotic dog. Okay, and this dog is just, it's crazy. It's unheard of. It is just, it's beyond belief. And what this robotic dog can do is it can lift like over 300 pounds of payload. It can run for 12.8 hours straight without refueling, and then that's when it's going to need refueling. And it's what's even more crazy about it is that it's all controlled by your cell phone or your personal PC or whatever device that you have. It's all computer controlled. I've got the BigDog here. It says BigDog, the most advanced rough terrain robot on Earth. Now, some things about this thing is that this dog can run at 4.2 miles an hour. It can climb slopes up to 35 degrees. It can walk across rubble. It can walk across mud, hiking trails, ice, snow. It can go through small puddles. The payload, it says right here, the payload is 340 pounds. And the BigDog set the world's record for legged vehicles traveling, like I said, 12.8 miles without stopping or refueling. This is kind of crazy, and it's just, they show these things, and they're going to say that they're going to start using these things in our military, but wait, it gets even scarier. Boston Dynamics has created a robot. It was originally called Pet Man. Like you have your pet dog, this is called Pet Man. But now they've created an even better robot called Die Guy. D-I Guy. Okay, D-I-G-U-I, Die Guy. Now what Die Guy does is, and again, it's a robot that is controlled by your cell phone or your portable computer. Whatever you want to do, all you got to do is, let's say that there's a riot going on in a major city in the United States. Okay, well, they have these robots set up to be as a robotic police force. Okay, much like RoboCop in a sense. These are like RoboCops. Okay, so all these robots have artificial intelligence. So they don't show emotion. They don't have emotion. They just give commands and they react. Okay. Well, Die Guy here is a very, very scary robot because you can control it. You could be sitting behind a desk, and the operator behind the desk is going to be a camera where the guy can see what the robot is seeing, and he can type in the coordinates and type in where this robot should go. And whether this robot should draw its gun or do whatever, it's very, very, very scary stuff. But here is something that is actually even more scary. Let me find the link here again. It says here, the development program has been active for 13 months. And will be followed by a 17-month build process. The installation and validation phase, with delivery of the robot taking place in mid-2011. Boston Dynamics partners for the program are the Midwest Research Institute, the Measurement Technology for Northwest, Oak Ridge National Labs, as well as Smith Carter and HHI Corporation, who will construct the chamber, meaning the chamber of the body. The work is being done for the U.S. Army PD-test program. Okay, but also besides that, there's orders being placed by other companies for these robots. And here are some of these companies. It says Die Guy will be used by all branches of the U.S. Armed Forces and other leading organizations worldwide, such as Raytheon, Prestigious, BTMac, Boeing, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, SAIC, BAE Systems, CAE, Rockwell Collins, General Dynamics, Honeywell, Allion, Flight Systems, BMW, Daimler Chrysler, Ford, Ruag, Elbit, Raphael Company, BVR, Kongsberg, EADS, Hitachi, Mitsubishi, and the list goes on and on and on. And these companies state the reason they want these robots is because there are some jobs that are in their factories or in their place of work where it's very dangerous for a human to be, and they want to replace this human element with a robot because maybe humans are getting injured a lot. Well, I can easily see it's only a matter of time before these robots take the place of all these human jobs, and it's just crazy. You're gonna have a guy sitting behind the desk, doing this robot dude, where one robot might take the place of three or four people. You don't know. But what's even more scarier is that the armed forces are looking to have this. I mean, they have a picture here of a policeman actually working with one of the robots. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The links will be underneath. Folks, I really want you to pay attention. And what I'm asking is, I haven't found any other companies. I've done some small research on this, but I wanted to get this out. Like I said, I want to get this out as quickly as possible. But let's do some research on this. Let's find out if there's other companies in the United States that are actually creating these robots that are actually going to become like RoboCops. This is very, very scary stuff, people. Let's check this out. Let's keep an eye on this. These robots will become available mid-2011. Think about it. Think about it. Think about this. Think about the connection between the airports and what's going on now with everything becoming a police state situation. Is our country getting ready for something? They know that the American people are fed up. They know that we're reaching a boiling point. If they're going to create these robots and put them on the street of every U.S. city, think how scary that's going to be. Think about that, people. Let's all do our research on this. I don't want to be alone. I know Elma Girl has been kind of checking this out, but I encourage everybody out there. Let's find out what's going on with these robots. Let's find out what's going on and why are they going to put these robots on the street of every U.S. city, it seems, in the middle of 2011.